Welcome, agents, to strain 55-NVD of the 0 Point Report, a broadcast all about the news surrounding the Secret World IP. Today is Thursday, January 6th, 2022. And I'm your host for this evening, Ocho. With me tonight, we have Jimmy the Rabbit.
Ew.
Hey, Jimmy. And we have Two-Ton Waffle.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen, ja. And now I blanked on all the German I learned in high school.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Sprechen Sie Deutsches, ja.
Ja.
Nein!
Sehr gut, sehr gut. In München, my German teacher in high school, the most that I remember is the German drinking songs that she taught us. Which, looking back on it, is probably bad, but
No words. No words.
Like, in München steht ein Hofbräuhaus, 1, 2, Sofa. And I mostly remember all the drinking songs, and like I think even later on, like after I graduated, I ran into her and I was like, but the most from what I remember are like the drinking songs, and she was like, ooh, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
It's okay.
That's the important stuff.
Yeah.
That is what will keep you alive when you're stranded in Germany somewhere.
Be like, if I go to frickin' Munich, yeah. Be like,
when you're outside a soccer bar and about to get murdered,
yeah.
You can start a rousing drinking song.
Ziggy, 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 ziggy. Oi, oi, oi.
That's the wrong country. Pretty sure.
I think in Germany it was like the way that she taught us is it was ticka taka hoi hoi hoi. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I'd go there and I'd just do it. And people would just be like, stupid Americans.
No, I mean, it depends where you are. They probably just start drinking.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
Which would be good.
Doesn't hurt too.
What?
I say if I'm there in Munich during Oktoberfest, that's like a life goal.
A little drink can never hurt anyone.
No.
Now, the glass it's in, maybe.
Das Boot. Das Boot.
That's like my favorite style of beer too. Whenever like Oktoberfest style beers come out, like that's like my favorite.
I was thinking of I think it's Train Spotting, where he's at the bar, or he's like on the second floor of this bar, and he's getting all riled up, and then he just takes the mug and chucks it backwards. And it like lands on some waitress's head, like, and busts her head open. She's bleeding, and he's all, "Who the fuck did that?" And then he starts punching people. And it was him. He literally was just like, "I'm gonna start a fight." Hucked a giant fucking glass stein over the railing.
That sounds like what I remember from Train Spotting. Yeah.
I just remember, the dead baby on the ceiling.
Oh God, that scene. Yeah.
Remember that.
Of all the scenes,
I literally don't remember that.
That's when the scene when he's coming down off of the high, or he's going through rehab, but he's
isn't that one where he like nails himself in a room or something?
Yeah.
Canned food. Yeah. But I don't remember that. I don't remember that part.
Hey, Bomber.
We don't even know either. So
what did you even come into? I mean,
Secret
World news. Yeah.
Secret World has dead babies.
Secret World. Yeah, totally. We've got
dead children.
We have children on the ceiling. That's in Secret World.
Yeah,
it's absolutely in Secret World.
Babies.
Not to mention all the
dolls.
The dolls. Holy shit, the dolls.
Dolls.
Creepiest part. You know what the creepiest part about the baby doll scenes in Secret World is? Is the sound when they turn their heads.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's not even the turning of the heads. It's the sound of the turning of the heads. It's like this.
Oh look!
Like
there's Gaki.
I'm not going to turn around. It's not
Oh,
there.
oh no! Oh yeah, no, I'm
No.
not. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna look.
I can't see it.
gonna...
If I don't see it, it's not there.
The blonde-haired
Oh,
guy.
they're actually enemies.
If you look behind its head, it's the hair is open and it has like an eyeball.
It does have an eyeball. That's the best. But it's a level 1 enemy. No, it says level 1, but then it says 50, level 50.
It's got like a Sailor Moon out.
I like how yours, Waffle, is a blonde and mine's a brunette.
Well, this is what happens when you use Tinder.
You really should have swiped the other direction.
Yeah.
It's to swipe backwards on that one.
Or
That's
left. Or I don't know.
Throw the phone in the trash.
It's to swipe in the Z direction, yeah.
School quests in Tokyo are creepy. Yes,
Oh,
100%.
Tokyo is amazing. I love Tokyo. So when I think about like what are my favorite zones of MMOs, I always think of like there are a few that are just at the top of the list every time, and Tokyo is actually one of them. Tokyo is so good. I love Tokyo. From like all the story, from all of the and it's so dense. It didn't start that way though. It didn't start, Tokyo started
It grew.
But it grew over time, and it was like
all
right, it's a cool zone, but there isn't that much to do in it. And now it's like it's a cool zone, and there is everything to do in it. It is fantastic.
Yeah, like marathon running the game. Like, you're like, oh, I got out of Egypt. Transylvania. Not moving. Tokyo.
In the face, yeah.
It's like gotta do every goddamn. It feels like every mission is part of the story. I mean, it's not. There are ones that you can skip, but holy shit, Tokyo is dense as fuck.
Where is it going?
Well, it's psychically linked, and then it ran away.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Onigoko? Oh, there it is. There's the meteor. I don't know why it went over there.
It's just traveling now. It came back to Waffle.
First launch. Yeah. Well, I mean, when it first launched, it was legitimately just missing things.
Well, they did that on purpose, though. They released it in like parts.
Yeah. No. Well, okay, but not just that. I mean, to be fair, yes, they released it in parts. I think because they basically realized they had to release something, or
they had to release something, or riots,
or it was going to be really, really bad, so they had to do something. But what I mean is, not just that they released it in parts, which is true, but they fleshed it out, like not even just mission wise, but like maybe even like asset wise, I guess would be the word.
Oh yeah,
like the streets didn't have all that filth on them in the beginning.
No.
Like they added detail, they added little things in the updates, not just another mission or things like that, but they would I think they added monsters to areas, and they added little minutia here and there, little aesthetic things.
Oh, they fleshed it out entirely, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so even in Legends, when it launched, it did launch in like 2 parts, I think, to keep the same pacing. Like you have the before the wall, and then you release the rest, the outer area.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the pacing of the story or whatever. But the zones were filled out already because, they ported filled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When it released in Secret World, in Legends, it was already...
Yeah, in Legends, when it released, it was like, okay, here's the inside the wall, and then next is out the wall. But inside the wall was done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I mean? They didn't have to flesh it out later. Whereas in the original, they released inside the wall, and not only mission wise, but aesthetically, it was not quite finished.
By the way, hey JG and hey Curator, how are you? Anytime you have to do missions with the Geki in it, they get creepy and annoying sometimes, especially when those missions used to bug out. They're always creepy.
They don't bug out. That's just Gaki mechanics.
It's just Gaki being Gaki.
You've been cursed by a Gaki. That's what happens.
And of course the Aegis system. Yes, it had the Aegis system.
Yeah, I mean, which was rough at first. They did tweak it a bit.
They did, and there was
the
Black
system.
Bullion. They eventually made Black Bullion easier to acquire.
Honestly, the biggest problems with the Aegis system, in my opinion, didn't even affect like probably regular players, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
it's when you're grinding for stuff.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah, like I consider myself a regular player, and I knew the system was basically rock paper scissors, but I didn't like hate the system.
It was the grind to upgrade, but you didn't need, like, I had alts I ran through Tokyo on, and I think I beat the entire Roshi Tower with like one green capacitor or something. Like, you didn't need, Mark III or anything.
No.
But when you're when you're progressing and you want to do like nightmare dungeons and nightmare, Aegis raids, that's the shit that they made like insane.
Yes.
They made that grind so goddamn ridiculous. It just pissed everybody off.
Which again is why halfway through basically they made an update to the Black Bullion system, and which was basically the currency for upgrading things. And they made it easier to acquire, and then as a way to sort of be like, yeah, that grind is hell. Let's just make it easier to.
Yeah, I mean, they did make some minor stuff, but I mean, the biggest.
What the hell?
The hell just happened?
What the hell was that?
Okay, sure.
What happened? I mean, where did it come from?
I see psychic link going on, and then they're gone.
Follow them.
I don't think
Follow
that's
that Gaki. It's kill that person again.
So either this is the developer, or they've messed up and are accidentally killing the player for no reason. I don't think. I'm trying to remember. Can you? Yeah, I guess you can hit Agartha at level 2.
Person is like, why am I being slaughtered in Agartha?
That's not a player.
No.
Well, they're dead. They're dead now. They just haven't rezzed.
They're dead.
I did inspect them. I inspected them. They had gear.
Right here.
Oh.
Yeah, they just rezzed.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
They have green gear.
That is a level. That is a level 2 player. They
just
came
out
of the introduction.
Actually, that seems wrong. That seems wrong.
We're not chasing and stalking this person.
Well, I'm now fairly confident that's not they can't be a regular player, because I don't think you can have level 4 and 3 green stuff. Can you, out of the tutorial?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can. Get back here! You were just killed by our.
No, Bomber. I mean, like if you're level 2, you haven't hit Kingsmith yet. Like, you haven't even, like, you hit, I think, level 4 just fucking walking into the police station.
Who are you? Just want to say hi.
Hello there.
You ever play the character probably while grabbing login rewards?
I mean, I suppose they could, but that doesn't explain why they got targeted by the Gaki. Is what I was trying to say.
I have 3 bank alts at level 2. They have distillates. They have power, though not much, admittedly. You just jump off the edge.
Oh,
we're downstairs.
Oh, maybe now they did.
No, they're right here.
Suspicious, I say. Suspicious.
We're gonna have to see if this is possible.
This
Quick.
is very sus.
Quick,
It's all very sus.
Waffle, roll a new character. See if you can.
That means I have to purchase another character slot.
If you can. No.
But I can't purchase another character slot. I'm maxed out on character
Jimmy's
slots.
filled up. Waffle just doesn't have any more.
Hello, Shao Kai.
Hey, Shao Kai.
Hey, Shao Kai.
Shao Kai. Hope everyone is doing well. I think. Are you guys doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm doing
sure.
well. I still
Let's
have
go with.
I still have a cough, but I'm doing well. I don't think my cough is going away
I'm trying to
anytime
remember.
soon.
Okay, so it's Thursday.
Mhm.
So Tuesday, I got 2 hours sleep. Tuesday night, I got 2
Okay.
hours sleep, and then Wednesday, I was gonna do my speed run segment stream last night, and I passed out on the couch instead.
Oh, okay.
Probably because I'd only had 2 hours sleep the night before.
As you do.
I was working on something I had to work on at night on a server, and it didn't finish until like 5:30 a.m. And I was like, I'm not going to sleep now. That's
Yeah,
just
right.
dumb.
I'm doing okay. I have a cough, cold myself. Fever just went down. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, this started as a high fever and whatnot, and I've basically had this cough for the past month straight. Since at least late November, I've had this cough.
Bummer. Maybe sleep should get some more Jimmy.
It's true. We should be criticizing sleep more often.
Screw you, sleep. Always stealing my waking hours.
They are necessary, but no one can explain why necessary.
I'm pretty sure they can explain. That's not a hard thing to explain.
It really isn't.
explain
No,
that to my
I've got I've read a lot of studies on sleep, and it's basically they're like, it's one of those like mysteries. Like they know it's important. They know what happens when you do not get sleep, but they cannot tell you why it's actually necessary.
Because your
Like the-
batteries need to recharge.
But the most that they can, but the most that they can come up with is like studying people who like have sleep disorders, like in the vein of like brain injuries, and so they can't sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and those people are just fine. Like,
I think that might be. Oh, well, that phrase "just fine" might be overkill.
well, I mean, it goes along with brain damage in the first place, but like there have been studies done on people who like for whatever reason physically do not need sleep, and so they just don't. And
The only one I've not studied on the subject a ton, but the only one I can think of off the top of my head was someone that was hit by lightning and managed to survive, and then they just didn't need sleep. To which I say their battery got charged enough for the rest of their goddamn life.
got charged enough.
They're,
I think
they're
the
just
general
yeah,
consensus is like a buildup of something in the brain that needs to be, I don't know, like chunked out, or like your brain needs to basically process everything that you've done, and that's when it does it. And if it can't do it, then it ends up basically turning you insane or something. I don't know.
No, it does. It will turn you insane. Like you.
Oh yeah.
Lack of sleep over a significant chunk of time starts to do weird shit to your brain.
Like it's on the lines of like gravity. Like we know what gravity does. We see it in action. We can measure it. We know it exists. We know it's there. But the actual mechanics of like what actually causes gravity, like we know it's like, yeah, okay, it's mass based. The Earth has mass and whatnot. But like with the the finding of like the Higgs boson and this that but why does mass create gravity, and what sort of blah 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 blah. And so it's one of those, like, we know what happens with gravity. We know it's there. We can measure it, but we don't fundamentally. There's still a mystery there, and I think it's the same thing with sleep. Like we know what happens when we don't have it, but fundamentally there is a bit of still a mystery there.
I feel like it's a bit akin to like just either being oxygen deprived or like water deprived. Like you're being deprived of a need.
Yeah.
Like a survival need, and it feels like that.
Their battery was over 9,000.
Yeah, the lightning thing. Think of it in terms of RAM and ROM. You have a section of your brain as RAM where the neurons are constantly firing when you're awake. When you go to sleep, said transfers are taken to the ROM section of your brain, resetting the RAM section for the next time you're awake.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when you have a memory overflow error, shit starts to get weird.
Shit starts to get weird, yeah. Like, oh no, I've got stories of like, yeah, friends of mine, like while driving, ending up with hallucinating.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Well, no, it's where you drive and you get to wherever you're going. You're like, I don't even remember how the hell I got here.
No, that's different. That's called
different.
Beta mode.
Yeah,
that's a whole different thing. Beta mode is real, and it's just it's like your subconscious is taken over. You'll brake and turn when you need to and everything, but your conscious part of your brain is fucking daydreaming off into space.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an automation kind of thing. But I've totally been very sleep deprived, like driving home at night, and the billboard turned into a giant sheep and bounced across the road.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really strange too, because you go like, that's not real, because that can't be real.
You're like, that's not right.
It 100% like you see it. It's not like a cartoon, like no. And for me, this road sign hopped across, which doesn't make sense at all, because the road sign didn't move. But my brain was like, "Yep, it's doing this." I was like,
that's what's happening, and you're like,
wrong.
Sure, yeah.
Also, I saw a road sign hitchhiking carrying a handbag, and I was like, "What the fuck?" That also doesn't make sense. But I figured out what that was. I literally actually figured out what that was. And in that particular instance, I'm super overtired. I hadn't slept, and I was driving at night. But I realized at some point during that, going like, that's not real, because that's fucking insane. I realized that my headlights were hitting the grass on the side of the road. It was flickering through them. And that's what was happening. Like a lens shutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Flick or something. So the light was hitting the edges of grass and going, and my fucking sleep deprived brain just turned that into some kind of.
You're like, that's
image.
A movie now.
Like a moving image, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I've unfortunately in my younger days especially did a lot of shit on very little sleep, which I have to say probably is just as dangerous as like drunk driving.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
Like you don't get in nearly as much trouble for it, but
you
like,
are but you're
dangerous.
still inebriated in a sense, yeah.
It's really dangerous to like be in that mode and driving.
Jimmy, I continue to be concerned, says Vommer.
I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, like, well, because like for Thanksgiving, I used to drive from California to Oklahoma City in like one shot, and that's a long trip.
Yeah.
And for and always it would be like uh, I'd end up leaving like after a full day of work and leave at like midnight. So it's not a good. It's not good to start a trip of like I don't know, like 16, 18 hours after you've been up a whole full solid day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's that's not a good plan.
Oh yeah.
So my famous story is it was we were coming back from Canada on a road trip for my 21st birthday, and we were trying to go from basically Montreal to New York in one evening. And we had already been like stopped at the border. At one point, like the border back into the US was closed. We had to go around into Vermont or New Hampshire to go around one of the lakes and come in through the US there, and it was already late. And we were still gonna do a straight shot to New York. And my friend was driving, and I remember we pulled over, and he was like, I need to get like he's like, I need to stay awake. I need to stay awake. And he got himself a vanilla Coke and a Venom energy drink. Back when those were a thing. I don't think you can find Venom energy drinks anymore. And he chugged both of them. And I remember like we all kind of passed out in the back seat, and he was driving. And at one point I wake up and we're just at a dead stop on the highway, and there's no cars in front of us. There's no cars behind us. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, this truck won't move in front of us. He's like, I can't get around this truck. And I was like, well, can you just like pull around him? Maybe? Which was a wrong question to ask at the time. As far as the first question go, yeah, asking if he can go around the thing that wasn't there, not the best thing to ask. But I was like, yeah, can you go around it? And he was like, no, they're like the medians are too high. Like the median is too high, and there was nothing there. There was straight nothing there. And it was just pine trees on both sides for like, miles, basically. And as I was like, you know what? No, you're done. You're done. Get in the back seat. Enjoy the trip that you're on. I'll try.
We were driving back from Thanksgiving one year with some person I didn't know that my sister had like shanghaied into the trip, and didn't like know like anything about him. And turned out he was not supposed to leave California. He was on like parole or something.
Okay.
was not allowed to leave the state. He didn't know that. Like I don't think he was fully sober when my sister shanghaied him into the trip, and he like woke up in a different state. I was like, oh shit.
Oh no. Like, what did you do?
Oopsie doopsie.
We're driving back, and the drive back is like I think worse than the drive there, because you've had Thanksgiving, you've had meals, you've had drinks, and like you get up to go, and it's you've already had the drain of the drive there, and so it's just like, all right, we have this massive push to get back, right?
Oh,
and there's a blizzard. It's like I think in Arizona or something. There's a blizzard.
Fantastic.
Visibility is like nothing. In fact, for a little while, there was a sign like we're only supposed to drive on a certain side of the road because of the snow. And it turned out after 5 miles, I realized I was on the wrong side.
Oh, no.
It's like stay in the right lane, and I thought it said stay in the left lane. And so I was on the the side you're not supposed to be on for the whole a whole huge stretch. I'm like dying. I need to sleep. I'm like, I need to not be driving anymore. Can you take over? He's like, yeah, sure. And so I'm trying to catch some sleep, and he's driving, and I look over, and he's doing this. I was like, dude, are you okay? Like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And like they're not like sharp. They're like And I'm like, oh my God, dude, we're going 90 in a blizzard. Could you like pay attention to the road? And he goes like this. He looks up, he's all, ha 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 ha. I'm like, holy fuck. I will drive,
we're gonna
pull
die.
over. I'm sleep deprived, but I'm fucking not that bad. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I got him to pull over. And we didn't realize, we're like, what the fuck? Like, the visibility was really, really bad. And we had like our lights on, it wasn't doing like shit. And then we pulled off the side of the road, like swap people and stuff. And it's like, I think it was like a fucking like Camaro or something. And dude, the ice had built up around the front. I literally, in front of the lights, like kicked it, and a brick of ice like this big fucking fell off the front of the headlight.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a goddamn like 2 or 3 inch buildup of ice in front of the headlight. I'm like, no wonder the headlight's not doing anything.
No wonder you couldn't see through it.
Yeah, because there's an ice shield. None of these stories of yours are the reassuring part.
Remotely sure. Yeah, the reassuring part is that he's still here and he's alive. Yeah, that he's alive right
it's
now.
It's a miracle.
Yeah,
that's like, the reassuring part. Through all these stories.
We drove past. Like, I remember waking up at some point and looking around, and there was just cars on the sides of the road, like in the ditches, like on their sides.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it was a massive blizzard, and lots of people like slid off the road, and like we were fine.
Hey Gunner.
For no good reason.
Nice streaming setup, guys. That is all 2-ton waffle. We will say this. That is all 2-ton waffle. It changes like every couple of episodes, but
well, we've been working on it. We've finally
got what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, because we were doing something, but like it was very laggy, and we were trying to like
we tweak it to try to find whatever is the best option for everybody, and whatever works the best. Yeah.
I mean, really, the issue was either we were lagging or the game was lagging. We needed to find one where that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I wanted to answer the question: do we think Orem will ever release the 300 marks caps?
I was gonna say, Jimmy, this one's yours. Yeah, because I know that you've talked about this at length.
Release is the right word, but I will say this: it does move. The thing is, it's difficult to see it moving because there's so many orders that are there. Like, as soon as someone puts something in, it's gone, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, currently,
it's an Orem hedge funds.
Yeah, currently someone would have to want to get 44 million marks of favor in order to clear out the requests.
All the buy orders that are there, yeah.
For at the 300 mark, because there currently is 147,895 Orem requested at 300 MOF per. So if you multiply by 300, that tells you how many MOF it takes to get rid of that Orem, which is like 44 million. I don't see one person buying 44 million MOF. Now, people will buy like 1 million MOF, right? Or like 500K. That's decently common. You know, a few 100K at a time. But it probably would take a while.
But what we're basically saying is that you can still sell. You can still
I would say
buy
this.
It.
People that put in their requests, like 3 months ago are probably getting them processed. It's because they're in a queue. So like if you put one in today, it's probably not happening for fucking ever.
It's not going to happen for a while, but it will happen just as soon as somebody goes and buys Orem to sell.
Money into it. I'm gonna dump money into it again as soon as I finish my speed run, because my next evil challenge run that I have come up with will require me to get some marks. Probably drop like $10 or $20 into it.
Farmer says, last time I heard somebody mention how long it took, they said it took 3 weeks for them. Okay.
Yeah. So
Not bad.
I'm probably gonna dump $20 at it in a week or two, but like that's given the current quantity requested, that's kind of a drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know, I'll make someone happy when their ship processes. No, Vollmer, I'm not going to tell you about my evil scheme. I will tell you because I'm still finishing the speed run. Which, by the way,
One thing at a time.
I completed Transylvania,
Nice.
the first round. I now have to do the issue 7 where you like loop back through it. You know,
It is a segmented speed run.
yes,
Yes. That's what makes it different
As
from your
opposed-
previous speed runs.
as opposed to the 2 marathon runs.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm pretty far. I have to do the nursery, you know, the issue 7,
Mhm.
and then what? You got like Venice real quick, and then I'll be in Tokyo, and then that'll probably take a couple of streams, I imagine. Tokyo's fairly dense story wise, and then South Africa is like 1 stream.
JD says, good to know. Trying to run new character. Trying to run a new character to experience story again as I rushed it and didn't pay attention to certain parts.
Yeah, I mean it is good to do. Like I've also done 100% runs, in different modes.
Well, I think a lot of people do have that mentality, just to get through it. Especially like the first couple areas.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea with this game.
No,
personally. But
Can I tell you?
I've seen that.
Can I tell you a bit of a story? I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 lately because I know a couple people that are into it, and it's a very popular, and they have a free trial that goes through a couple of the like expansions. So
yeah, so does heroin.
What's that?
I said so does heroin.
Yeah, right. But I've been playing it, and I haven't been able to get into it, and I think I've come to the conclusion why I haven't really been able to get into it, and it's because everyone says, "Oh, the story is great. The story is great. The story is great." Yeah, it's just the main story, and it's only like, and like the main story is just one giant quest line, sort of like Secret World, but it's one giant quest line that is basically the only content that you need to play. It's like maybe the class quests and the storyline, and that's it. That's basically all you need. And so almost the entire game that I've played so far is just literally running from one class quest to another, or just running from one story point to story point to story point to story point. And so the world does not feel fleshed out at all. And so when it comes to the story, like Secret World is kind of spoiled me in that sense.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That it's like every quest that you do, every little side mission, every little mission that you do in Secret World has a giant amount of story attached to it. Like, you know,
it has implications on the rest of the main story as well. Like it's all connected.
Every side mission, you know, it starts with a great cinematic, has so much lore attached to it, has so much, you know, it all adds together to build, and I guess that's more considered narrative than story. It builds the whole narrative of the game together. And but playing Final Fantasy 14, it's just like one story mission after another, and they're not as fulfilling.
Yeah, no, Secret World has in general like ruined me for.
Yeah, so like, oh, the story is great, and so I go and I try to play the story, and it's like, like is this it? Is
if you like story, you should play Secret World.
Mm-hmm.
If you claim to like story, you should play Secret World, because that is where the story is at. I've not seen another game that touches it as far as the breadth of it, and how well it's done,
and how dense it is. Basically, there's story literally everywhere you go.
Yeah. I will say I've been plowing through like all the Souls type games. Dark Souls and Sekiro, and I'm on Bloodborne. Right. And I've come to like a weird appreciation of their story, because it's like the opposite. So it doesn't run into that same problem you have like Final Fantasy and Secret, where like they're like basically directly comparable, and you're like, no, this is a better way of doing this.
Yeah.
Right? And the Souls one is like, you don't know shit, and nothing's explained to you at all. There's fucking nothing handed to you at all. You have to observe the environment.
It's all environmental.
And read some random description of some random piece of armor, and then somewhere later in the game, after you've died 500 fucking times, you'll find a ring that has some other piece of information, and then you could make some weird tangential connection between the two. Like, wait, is this the same? Does this mean this? Like, you have no idea what the fuck is going on when you play those games, like, at all. But the atmosphere is so dense. Like, they're very atmospheric, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just dropped into this strange fucking world with, like, we have the buzzing, right? That lets you know, like, what's going on. There's the secret world. There's factions. There, you know what I mean? Like, you get that narrative. Dark Souls is very just like no. We're just going to kill you a bunch.
We're just going to give you the world, and we're going to murder you a whole bunch.
And then you'll probably maybe figure out at some point why that spiky thing exists that keeps eating your face. Maybe. Or not. We don't care. But like, I like gotten deep enough into them that I like have a weird appreciation now. Like there can be story in a game that is done in a completely different fashion. That is also really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as
building it into the game itself, right? That turns more into the narrative experience. That turns into
as far as the type
building it all
of
together
story that Secret World is, like that style.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other game fucking that comes close.
Yeah,
like none. They're not even in the same fucking ballpark.
So like every time I turn around in Final Fantasy 14, and okay, all right. On top of that, the combat at lower levels in Final Fantasy 14 is just the same frickin' 2 buttons over and over again. and then it because it basically gives you like a sort of World of Warcraft style hotbar where it's just like, here's a whole bunch of skills, enjoy. And except they really are stingy about doling those skills out in the beginning. So like, I'm level 10, here are basically 3 buttons. Like and so you just have to go and kill a whole bunch of stuff, but it's like, all right, 1, which changed to 2. Okay, hit 1 again. Okay, to 2, to 3. Okay, back to 1. Like it's not good.
You sound like a drummer.
Actually, it kind of reminded me of Secret World Prime a bit, because that was sort of the same thing. That was builder release.
The what?
Secret World, what am I misremembering it? It was basically like you build, and then consume.
Jesus Christ. I did not catch the Prime references. What are you talking about? You mean TSW?
Yes, TSW. See, Secret World Prime.
I mean, no, okay. I see what you're saying, but no, it's still different just because you could do multiple other things, right? So you could build and consume, right? Builders, consumers, except that there's certain weapons like hammer started combat with a full bar, so you would actually consume and then build, which if you think about it is how Legends works. You consume and then build, except instead of building, because of auto regens, you just use your basic that doesn't use up energy. But in reality, it's the same rotation as if it was a builder, because while you're using it, your energy is coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just you don't have to use it for your energy to come back because your energy auto regens. But if you're in a fight, you don't do nothing. You hit with something. So in the original game, you'd use, like, say, your pistol builder to build up energy, and then use an active ability to consume that energy. And Legends, you just use the energy first, and then use your basic as it builds up, but it's not actively building it. Wherein there was no natural regen in TSW. You had to build it. But effectively, it's the same thing, just in reverse. And I think Hammer is essentially identical. Hammer plays the same way in both games. You start with a full bar of energy, you expel it. In TSW, you would use a builder to get it back. In here, you use a basic, so you're not spending any while it regens, which essentially is same concept as building for the most part, right? You're hitting with a non-consumer while your energy comes back. Mm-hmm. And in TSW, you were hitting with a non-consumer while your energy comes back. So, like, the biggest difference is the auto regen, but how they play is very, very similar. It's front-loaded damage instead of having to build first.
And it feels a lot. It feels a lot more different.
It feels better.
Yeah.
I think you figure out that's why people like to play Hammer in TSW, is because you started with a full bar of energy.
Yeah. And they turn around and they're like, let's make that for everything, basically.
Also, you could, because you're building and then consuming, like, it's not like you had to build to 10 and then use all 10. You know what I mean? You could build to what you needed for that X ability. So it wasn't just like 1 and 2. It was like 1, 1, 1, 1, I have enough energy for 2, or 1, 1, 1, 1, I have enough energy for 2 and 3, right? Or whatever. Or, like, I really liked Elemental Force, actually, until they tweaked it, like, towards the end of the game. Before they tried to, quote, fix it, and I feel like just broke it. I loved that you had to build exactly to 9, I think it was, and then consume for, like, the guaranteed crit. Because it gave you like a peak you wanted to build to, and you got rewarded for not fucking it up. Meaning you don't activate too soon. If you activate too soon, you get the bonus. If you accidentally trigger too many, you lose the bonus, right? Mm-hmm. Because you don't want to trigger Elemental Force on your basic. You want to trigger that force crit on your power ability. So I really liked how it worked. It really made you plan out rotations. And then they made it like, instead of 9, I think it was like 7, but then it wasn't guaranteed. It was just like a better chance or some bullshit like that. Like, it really annoyed me when they quote fixed it. I think it ruined that planning aspect. But yeah, I always find it weird when I hear people complain, because I've heard people complain about Secret World combat. And then I'm like, but they'll be like fine with like Terra or something. I'm like, are you kidding me? Or literally like any fucking hack slash game.
Yeah.
Like, go play Diablo. Click, 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 click. How? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, when I play this game, there's no like force feedback when I hit them with my sword. Where's the force feedback when you left click 1,000 times in Diablo? What are you talking about? Like, I don't understand like that, and I don't even see what other game they're comparing it to. That's the other thing, is I've heard complaints about like the combat not feeling, at least I think it's actually better in Legends, but I remember hearing that in TSW as well. And I think I've heard complaints in Legends where that they didn't like that it felt like there was no impact or something like that. And I was like,
yeah, I've
played other shit.
Mm-hmm.
What are you playing that has what you're talking about? Because I haven't seen it.
I mean, there's a couple, but even in Secret World, there's
ESO. ESO has no better sense of impact on your enemy when you fight. It's the same.
No. In fact, ESO actually feels a little more floaty, I would say. Yeah.
like Warcraft is also there's no fucking impact there.
No, because that's
like,
tab
WoW.
target. So yeah.
But I mean, there's no like even so it's tab target. There's no. I mean, TSW was tab target there, but there's no. In WoW, there's no like, oh, I hit him with my sword and like there was like a crunch and knocked them down. You know what I mean?
But like I said, even in Secret World, I think it even depends on the weapon itself. Like one of the reasons why I like shotgun in Secret World and why I've always rocked shotgun for Legends is shotgun just feels good. It feels effective. It may not actually be effective, but it feels it.
I'm gonna say right now, I think that's down to the sound.
A lot of it is down to sound. Yeah, a lot of it is down to animation and sound.
Because when it goes ka-chow and something gets knocked down from the knockdown effect, you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're like, yes.
You know?
Like that felt okay. Yeah.
Or I mean it's the same like hammer with eruption, right? When you use eruption, there's like that big sound and fire and the thing just literally knocks up into the air.
Yeah, I was going to mention hammer. Hammer is really good too, where it's just like it's over exaggerated on some of the animations, but that makes it,
it makes it feel correct. Yeah.
But when they talk about that is exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about sound and they're talking about animation.
Yeah.
Because really, I mean, at its basic point, it's just hitboxes and.
Well, and like Palmer said, the subtle shakes, which maybe people have turned off, but like I have that shit on. And someone asked, I was asking someone, and they were like, "Oh, I have that, like you have that off or whatever," and I was like, "I never fucked with that." Where is it? I think it's in interaction. Camera shake on special hits. Yeah, that's like checked. So yeah, that provides that camera shake also provides that kind of like immersion. Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of camera shake myself, but
no. Sometimes when I play some games,
I mean, it depends on the shake.
Way too much. Yeah.
It depends on the level of shake, but if it's done correctly, it feels it's immersive. Now there's that shake that currently happens in Kingsmith. On the island that's like fucking insane. Like it literally just smacks your head completely all the way around like you got a fucking exorcism. Like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what was that? Camera's facing a whole other direction. Yeah,
but that's not the shake on special hits.
No.
I mean the Kaiden one is pretty crazy, but it's nowhere like the Kingsmith one. The Kingsmith one is fucking insane.
Yeah.
That shit I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that one. I honestly think that was a mistake. I don't remember it being that bad in TSW. I don't remember it being that crazy. I think when they ported it over, they fucked with it a little bit and someone moved a decimal point somewhere. You know what I mean? It was supposed to be like
this is supposed to shake your screen maybe like to a setting of like 2 and instead it's like to a setting of like 20.
It's like a gentle shake, but no, all of a sudden we have Star Trek, we just got hit by a torpedo shake.
Dude, that shake is like the fucking warp core exploded shake.
All right, ready? We'll try it out. Ready? Like torpedo incoming on 3, 2, 1. Ah!
That's not even close.
No, it wasn't.
That's what I mean.
Well, you gotta do Riker. You gotta grab the seat in front of you and you're shaking.
Yeah, I didn't move.
He clearly said the torpedo since he didn't even move.
Damn straight. No, I'm just not affected by small impacts like torpedoes. It's got to be a warp core explosion for me to move.
You got your own
pretty big explosion. That.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. That Kingsmith one, like, I'm usually not affected by visuals of any kind. That Kingsmith one is fucking rough. Also, I never stopped moving, so that makes it even worse.
Right.
Like if
yeah.
you just stand there while it's happening, I'm running out into the water when it triggers, and I just keep moving because I don't want to slow down. And it's like, because I'm running forwards while it's happening. It's fucking awful.
I was saying, so we did have some. Oh,
it's the longest 10 seconds. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. I was saying, I know exactly the one you're talking about. I say, so we do have some news. Why not?
News.
We'll get to news. Does everyone like news? Get into it. News, all right. I don't mind it. So, of course, Krampusnacht ended. Krampusnacht came to a close January 4th, and as far as I can tell, it ended okay. I don't think it ended poorly. I want to say last year it ended sort of a whimper. It ended sort of like on the wrong day. Last year, and I think this year it ended just okay. It ended just fine. So which is good. It was a successful Krampusnacht. Hey Jimmy, you ended up killing hell a number of times, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, so I had forgotten to do stuff, and then yeah, so I like loaded up 3 copies of the game and farmed like 40 goddamn icy claws in like a day. Because I wasn't about to like not have a bank full of icy claws.
Right.
So yeah, I just fucking hardcore grinded. Yeah, I was streaming. When was that? When was I streaming when we did that?
A couple weeks ago, when we were all doing it.
No. When I did I think it was just when I was streaming. That Balmer Insane came. I don't remember what day it was though.
Oh, okay.
And we did a couple. Yeah, and then I was still basically just solo farming at that point. You think you can get the rabbit? I don't think so.
Throwing snowballs behind me over my shoulder.
Look, it's a traffic cone. It's a traffic cone again.
And a barricade.
The barricade.
Oh, someone got me.
You're welcome.
Where did the stop snowballing come from? But yeah, they were there for the mega farm. Yeah, I literally loaded up like 3 copies of the game. So every time I made her flinch, I got at least 3 icy claws.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh,
all right. To have multi-boxing.
Yeah. I mean, it's one computer.
Yeah.
Multiplayering.
Yeah, multi-boxing is a thing on one PC.
The hell you saying?
I love how that doesn't hit you, but on my screen, the ball like goes behind me.
I was aiming for Jimmy, but I hit Ocho instead.
No, I hit Ocho.
Yeah, you both hit me at like the same time.
Oh, I'm not gonna get it. No. Shit. I was literally like 3 points short. 72.
You had a score of 69.
Nice. You can, by the way, interact again. You can use the same more than once.
Get multiple. So yeah, so we had the end of Krampusnacht. Let's see, what else did we have? Vommer did something great.
What?
Vomer put up a forum post. We saw this. Jimmy specifically saw this first. On, of course, forums.funcom.com, all about the NVIDIA crash and all the NVIDIA crashes and how to solve them. Current information and solutions.
NVIDIA crashes and you. And there should just be a picture of like a cat hanging in there. I think that'd be appropriate.
It is comprehensive to say the least. It kind of has like a see your doctor if NVIDIA crashes is right for you sort of feel to it.
Some side effects of owning an NVIDIA device are
you suffering from sudden crashes to desktop where the Secret World Legends game process closes abruptly without any dialog window, error prompt, or warning of any sort? Do you have an NVIDIA video card? If yes to all the above, you may be experiencing NVIDIA crashes. These crashes become known as the NVIDIA crash by the community, as they only affect NVIDIA users and seem to have no rhyme or reason otherwise.
Have you or a loved one felt the effects of NVIDIA crash?
You may be entitled to compensation. But no, it's a fantastic thread. Basically, right. NVIDIA crashes can only occur when using NVIDIA video drivers that were released after version 425.31. Taking advantage of the fact I'm not really paying attention.
Yep.
I know I'm probably getting pelted by snow.
Perpetual snowball.
Hey, did you see this? The snow wall got turned into a barricade.
A barricade too. It is just chilling there.
Son of a biscuit.
But no, it's very comprehensive. You should absolutely go and check it out. We noticed it and wanted to point it out because, right, it was after that one particular crash, or that one particular driver version where things started to really come to play. And isn't that specifically the version?
I'm giant. Aha!
You are. Isn't that specifically the version that got rid of like NVIDIA's
the 3D vision?
Yeah, 3D vision, that's what it was. My mind went to Magic Eye and I'm like, that's not it. That's not what it's called. Magic Eye is that like multicolored thing where you had to just relax your eyes and you saw like a 3D image or something.
I got a score of 88. I'm a snowballing champion. Woohoo!
Woot woot.
Are we phrasing?
Is phrasing still a thing? Are you doing that?
And it's quite possibly right when NVIDIA's like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore, because 3D vision was essentially like red and blue 3D glasses, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it also introduced ray tracing for the, I think, Vomer, you mean the RTX cards?
Because that was a long time ago. They introduced ray tracing that long ago?
Yeah, they've been around for a little bit, dude.
Yeah, since the 2000 series.
I thought ray tracing was like a more recent buzzword. Maybe it's just many games didn't incorporate ray tracing.
Yeah, I mean, ray tracing as a word has been around a long time.
Oh yeah. Them corporate buzzwords.
And I mean, it's been a thing. It's been like a 3D thing for a while. So I think you would do that when you like pre-render stuff, right? You would ray trace or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I thinking of a different term?
The difference is like RTX stuff like ray traces like on the fly, instead of like having to have fucking like mega computers rendering for like 3 3 weeks to ray trace render a goddamn Jurassic Park scene. It's like they could just do it like literally live now.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Which is huge, right? That's a massive difference.
A massive difference, yeah.
Like Jurassic Park spent millions of dollars and thousands of man hours to render a scene. RTX, yeah, we can do that live.
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Just do that.
Hold my beer.
Like how I'm trying to cartwheel on Waffle's screen there, and I cannot.
Because of the bumps?
I'm not even sure. Like, I go into the animation, then I just, like, take 3 steps forward.
You can cartwheel.
Oh, you did it just fine.
Yeah.
Like, nope.
You do. You have to be canceling it somehow.
I'm not, because you see me, like, step forward at the end. I'm doing it on my screen.
You must be hitting forwards.
I'm not. I swear.
Or like, is your auto run on? Like, do you hit your numlock key or something?
Because I'm doing it on my screen.
Oh wait, you're saying you're cartwheeling on your screen, but we're not seeing it.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm going to start the animation. It stops.
Well,
it continues on my screen, and then I suddenly
run out of Agartha and run back in, and then try it.
All right.
Keep going.
My cartwheeling is broken.
Back up.
Azrael. Hey, Azrael. Says when SW began, I was sure that Funcom was doing that in order to make the game 3D virtual reality. I mean, you used to be able to play the game with your red and blue glasses, see it in 3D.
PSW is actually 3D vision compatible. It's actually pretty good 3D vision. Though it's been increasingly broken as NVIDIA decided to progressively break their own DX11 stereo after 425.31. Yeah.
And like they straight up overrode it at one point.
Oh, that time I just stayed in place.
Which is why I call bullshit on people blaming like Funcom for the crashes. I'm like, Funcom didn't change anything. NVIDIA started fucking with its driver.
Yeah, NVIDIA's been doing a lot of changes for whatever reason.
Well, not just fucking with its driver, but like Vollmer said, literally overwriting parts of their own code.
Yeah.
Which fucks up backwards compatibility. And not every game can spend the resources to go change their game to keep up with whatever the video driver manufacturer did. That'd be like getting mad at your PS4 game for not working on the PS5. You get mad at fucking Sony for making PS5 not load your PS4 game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't get mad at the PS4 game for not releasing a new edition that works on PS5. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's true. Yeah. Don't get mad at Funcom for those crashes. Yeah. Get mad at NVIDIA for that one.
But I see that, by the way, the reason I mentioned that, I see that in Discord fairly frequently. They're like, oh, other games don't have the problem. First of all, yes, they do. There was a shit ton of games that had problems with NVIDIA's new drivers around the same time Legends like originally did. The biggest difference I would say is a lot of those games were newer games that had active development.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like fucking monthly patches and shit. And a lot of money to put into that. But no one, like in my example, no one would expect that a company release a new version of a PS4 game to make it work on PS5. You expect Sony to do their job and make their shit backwards compatible. So the idea that the NVIDIA is literally overriding sections of its own driver code just to fuck around, which is why like every 5 versions of the driver doesn't crash as much because they keep fucking with it. Like that's clearly an NVIDIA problem, because if it was just permanently broken, right, and you were like 42531 and anything past that doesn't work, you're like, okay, well, at some point Funcom should probably step up and do something so their game's goddamn playable on everyone's cards, right? But NVIDIA keeps moving the goalposts around like every few versions, and sometimes they sync back up.
Yeah.
Then it's fine again.
And then it's like, yeah, it's fine for a while. So, yeah, some are significantly worse than others. So it's like, right, it's if you keep having to measure yourself to the goalpost, at one point do you stop because the goalpost will just keep moving anyway? So yeah.
Like
because it's like you could do all that effort and basically make it stable for whatever the current release of NVIDIA is, and then 2 versions later, like it's all gone anyway. It
just blows up again, and they're like, well, why? No. Also, just for reference, I'm playing on DirectX 11, and my driver version currently is 497.09, way past 42531.
Oh God, yes, yeah. That's what I mean. Like ray tracing was available first in 42531. It's like, was it? Like that seems so long ago.
Whereas I think there is a slightly newer version now, if I'm not mistaken.
I like how I'm able to cartwheel now, but because my pet is there, I can't move. I'm just staying in place and doing it.
The latest one is 49729. I haven't upgraded to that, but that just released literally December 20th.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave that one alone for a little bit, because honestly, I'm not crashing. I'm on DX11 on a driver that's, basically not even a month out of date at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not having any issues. So, and I've been doing the same thing, by the way, as the driver versions have come out. Like I'll upgrade to it, and there was a couple that were like crazy crash heavy. Like I upgraded to it, and then Legends was like bonk, bonk, bonk.
Oh bonk. Yeah, I've had that, and I was
too. Like, nope, I'm rolling back, and so I'd roll back, and then wait, for another version to come out, and I'd try that one, and yeah, it's NVIDIA. It's 100% NVIDIA.
Now the part of Varmer's post that I generally use as a solution is just to use DX9.
Yeah, that is.
If you go to DX9 instead of DX11, usually it's better. You'll still crash periodically, but it will be different.
Far less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be more of a memory leak sort of thing, which only happens after a long period of time too.
As Varmer pointed out, they progressively break their own DX11 stereo, which would make sense why the 11 version is having a bit more crashes.
Oh yeah.
If the 11 part is what they're breaking. Send me your data on crashes, settings, and you do those updates. Yeah, I can't.
It's delicious data. All the data.
I think my speed run might have crashed the other day, but I was probably doing something weird, to be fair. But yeah, I can't even recall having a crash recently on my version. Super rare. I think I did my whole Icy Claw fucking farm without a crash, which is massively impressive because that was 3 clients running at once on the same computer. In hell, with all the snow effects and all that shit, right? Throwing snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
And the other 2 were dead in the well, and I activated the camera on both of them so I could see the overhead swirly when she spins in a circle. I wanted to see it. So I had like the main screen, and another monitor had two windows, and on each one on each character I activated the well cam. So when she spins in the circle of life and death, you can see it from above, and it's like a spinning.
It's really cool, actually, to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time watching that.
Yeah.
when we were running with you.
Oh, yeah, like Jimmy has this. I mean, he can do it by himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bomber and Insane can say the same thing. They were with us. Yeah.
In fact, I got braver. I think by the time I finished my farm, I was doing it like 70 tank, 30 DPS. I was like, yeah, I could go more damage. And I was using fire shells from the shotgun instead of healing. I was just applying fire dots. Someone mistakenly thought when I was streaming soloing it that it was like the tank was the tank weapons were doing the healing, and I was like, no, it's just the gadget. Like, it's basically the gadget. It's the effigy reconstructor. That gadget's with with your time and space signet that reduces the gadget cooldown, being able to heal yourself for 1.5% of your max health every second, basically every 10 seconds, is pretty fucking massive. Especially when, as a tank, some of your abilities will artificially increase your health.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that 1.5% of your max health is a bigger number.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. When you're talking about percentages at those levels, it gets
yeah, because if I'm at like 30k health and I pop an ability that pushes me into like 50 or 60k health, well, now that 1.5% is a much bigger number that it's healing for. You know what I mean? Because you as with those, a lot of those tank abilities just at least the shotgun ones, I think. Maybe they just
more.
I think the hammer ones too. Maybe they pump up your health. Which one was it?
More barriers. We need more barriers. Whoever's putting these barriers down.
One of these freaking passives, I swear to God, increased your health by like a temporary amount. Now I can't find what the hell it was.
But yes, Romer, we really appreciate that post because it is very informative. Yeah, there you go. Now we got 3. Got 3 barriers. Just put them all around. Just like make them. Just bring them all the way over here.
Oh, we need a police line.
So the signature ability, Sonic Blast.
Sorry, when you run its passive, the front show told you.
Yes, this
is passive increases.
We just need a police line.
Its passive increases your max health by 30% for 60 seconds. So you increase your already huge tank pool of health by 30%, and then have a gadget that heals you for 1.5% of that every second. Yeah, I remember that broke with EFB. I very much so. That was when remember we tested that on stream. Actually, we tested that on a 0 point stream. That was when I would go into the Halloween fight and pop Sonic Blast, and the whole game would go to like 1 frame for everybody. It would rubber band all over the place.
Oh, that was fun.
There we go. I'm a little more official. If anyone tries to come through here.
Do I have
scaring the surface to death in an HP normalizing loop of horror? Yeah, it was pretty interesting. That was an interesting one to debug. I remember talking to Ravel about that one. I was like, so this is way broken.
I don't have standard attention. Oh no! All right. Cannot pass through here. This is. Was my dog in the way? Get more. You surround Waffle. Just put him in like a little cage.
I can pass through the barrier.
Yeah, the barrier isn't actually like it's not actually there.
Watch. I can pass through the barrier.
Whoa.
That's
cool.
Right. Sword.
Yeah.
Nice, Waffle. Nice.
Jimmy was scaring the servers to death in an HP normalizing loop of horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure I have. Let's see. Where are those outfits? Those are here. And let's see. There's that one. No.
Waffles in his Templar gear.
2 can play at that game, sir. Look at me. A fancy.
Nice.
It went away
fancy,
and it came
smancy.
back. I think I have the.
You look so small comparatively.
Well, I think I had the character slider all the way down.
Boom. Yeah, in the original game, I ground out all the PvP outfits. So I have like level 5 versions of all the.
Yeah, I never PvP'd, which I mean is like me, I don't PvP much, but
See, to me, PvP is solo play, and I like the solo play. Like,
I think this is the only one I got, which isn't really combat per se.
For reference, like in TSW, I played through the whole story of single player, right? And before I even got into dungeons, I went into PvP and ground out a whole full purple set of gear before I ever set foot in a dungeon with a group, because I wanted to be kitted out.
Yeah,
I wanted to be able to perform well and not just roll in there with like green gear or something, So, which is how I got snapped up into my first Cabal. Is someone saw me in Agartha and inspected me and was like, "This guy doesn't have a Cabal tag. It is in fucking full purples. What the hell? Join us!" And I was like, "I'll think about it." Because I really wasn't sure at the time. I wasn't sure about all that.
Try to see how many people are just running through to the bank, and they're just like, "Wait a minute, what's going on here?"
No one's respecting our barriers.
No.
Respect the boundary, people. Also, I'm not a giant bomber. Your slider is lower than mine. We established that. Granted, it's not
your slider's lower than mine. Wait, did I was watching one of your streams. Is it true you can change your height at the barbershop?
That's what it looks like, or at the very least, you can see your height. Yeah, I gotta admit, I've been in this game for like 15,000 hours.
Not the barber, the plastic surgeon. Okay.
Yeah, Aldini's the plastic surgeon. I knew you could change your face. I didn't realize it had a height slider, which made me think of the doctor from American Dad, who was like a German, like weirdo, that was gonna make the one character grow taller by like chopping off his legs and then putting in, middle parts and sewing his legs back on. I imagine that's how Aldini does it. He just takes the chainsaw and goes, Meh! You know what I mean?
You got to take it, expand it out for,
Yeah, you got to put your expanders in.
Put in the expanders.
Aldini,
for your safety, remain on the other side of these barriers. Right.
He's an artiste.
That's the question. Which side is the safety area?
Would you like to know?
If you're on the wrong side,
maybe I should turn around. I'll turn around to make it seem like it's.
Hold on. I'll go like this. really confused.
just in the middle.
I'm in the middle, but facing right. just just in case.
It's like, what's God. That?
One of the barriers went away.
No!
Oh no!
Oh no! They're despawning. It's like, what is the experiment of authority? In that, if you basically look like you are in a position of authority, that people will just listen to you.
Yeah.
Even if you actually hold that authority or not.
I can tell you for a fact that happened to me in Vegas a bunch. Like a bunch of us went there for my brother's 21st birthday, and we all had like, we basically all had like black Dickies, white shirts, black ties, and like black Dickie jackets. We had like a kind of Reservoir Dogs looking thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But we constantly got stopped in the casinos for people asking directions to places.
Oh yeah,
because they thought we were staff. And at some point we just started, but we'd been there enough we'd been there long enough. Like I think we were at the MGM that we kind of knew where stuff was. Like 12 hours in, and we're just like we literally were like, oh yeah, bathrooms. It's like go this way and then down that way.
Right.
Just sort of
like I don't work here, but I can help you figure it out.
Yeah. We stopped even saying we don't work here. We just started giving directions because by that point we knew it, and it was more of a pain in the ass to say we didn't work there than just tell them where to go.
Well, it's like walking into a Target with khakis and a red shirt.
Yeah, never wear them to a big box store. I saw a kitty crawl on you. Yeah, you'll see that from time to time. Some cats will definitely come over and just do whatever they want. So what other news do we have? Right, we wanted to point that out, especially because Vomer's here right now.
Oh, the biggest news of all. Do you know what that news is?
I can guess, but which?
You can guess?
I can guess.
I don't know if you can guess. Let's see. Waffle, come over here. Where are you? Come over here.
I'm protecting
I would like you to come over here and interact with this vendor and tell me what you see.
Oh, I do not know this. No.
Winter Cash.
That's right. It's the Garth and Cash, baby.
Oh no, that was what it was. Yes.
the winter cash has ended.
That was what I was going to say. Yes. That saw it on TSWDB's Twitter account, noted that witness the Agarthan cache, it has taken root. This is the second time the Agarthan cache has cycled in on its own. Well, I mean, maybe not on its own. The cache.
Yeah, well,
it had some help.
It was there when they were giving out all the caches randomly. It's not cycle. It's not
that's what you mean on its own, as in like, yes. not the cache itself decided to come crawling in. No, it was someone put it there. Since its introduction alongside the launch of Secret World Legends in 2017. So yes, the Agarthan cache.
Beam Street.
I'm gonna buy one so I can.
You missed the honeyed words at the end, but yes.
Wisdom flows so sweet, too sweet to freeze. Taste and see.
Very nice, very nice.
Those were the honeyed words. Anima touched weapons. You got the mount that's basically the Agarthan wings on the back, like the backpack sprig with bee wings. Yes,
the guy in sprig, and then the machinist outfit, which for my money has one of the best pairs of pants in the game, honestly.
It's like a brown pair of pants, but it's got like sort of the belt that has the. One of my favorite pairs of pants in the game is the jeans with low-hanging belt. That's one of my favorites. And that's sort of like, it looks like it has relatively the same look to it, but it has like a little like pockets off to the side. It's like it's got like little pouches.
Yeah, utility pants. The Garthan one is called utility pants. They're like my favorite pants. The fit and the design of them is so good, and the little thing with the needle nose pliers and shit on it, like it just looks really, really good. Like for me, it's how the pants fit on the legs, and like what that texture looks like, and how they work with the sneakers. Mm-hmm. And those ones work like the best. The only problem with utility pants is certain shirts. Well, actually a bunch of shirts. Any like non-tight fitting shirt. Unfortunately, here, Waffle, if you want to look at here, let me get in the light or something. But if you look at the front, like waistline, there's like this jagged rip. on the shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens over these pants.
Okay.
But it does. But if
like
you wear a
sort of
shirt,
clipping a bit.
Yeah, it's like a weird clipping issue. But if you wear like a tight fitting shirt, it's fine. Like if I do this, see, it's only the loose fitting ones, which unfortunately is the majority of the shirts, to be honest.
Most of them, yeah.
Like the majority of them are loose fitting. There's some okay. I think there's like an Extra Life shirt there's one or two Extra Life shirts I think that are tight fitting shirts. Yeah, like that one looks okay. But yeah, there's some that are.
I actually completely inadvertently opened up that cache that I had. I didn't actually mean to. I accidentally opened it up, but it's okay because I've got a lot of cache keys. In fact, I will say that I have a sickening amount of cache keys.
Yeah, the clipping bothers me so much. I have a 2018, I think, was the last time they made a shirt, unfortunately. It's kind of a bummer. Wow, it's really been like, well, what, 3 years, going on 4 years since they've made an Extra Life shirt?
Yeah.
I think the black one is probably the best.
I mean, I like the color of the one that you just had on, not that one.
This one.
Oh, the 2018 one.
The 2018 one. I like the color of that one.
That's 2017. And then 2018. Really? The greenish one? What's funny is I'm actually wearing an Extra Life shirt right now.
Maybe it was another one.
I'm literally. Oh, did you like the one that had the clipping problem?
Yeah, like it was the blue one. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the bottom.
One. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's why I'm
jaggedy.
It bothers me. Like there's an orange. Yeah, I don't have the orange one. I think that was before I started doing it. I'm pretty sure. So I think that's the first one. I think the blue one might be the first one I had. Because also I think orange wasn't orange for. I want to say orange was for being the person doing it, and like blue was for donating. Like 1 year, and that was like I donated, but I didn't do my own thing until like the next year, something like that. I think. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the shirts are baggy shirts. But pants-wise, these are my favorite pants, like hands down. Lots of times, I'll run around without a shirt on and just these utility pants from the Garson Cash. Because I don't really care. Like honestly, I don't care so much for the rest of the outfit, but the pants are.
But the pants are
fucking
good.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're nice pants. And as someone who loves wearing cargo pants myself, because I am old and ancient,
old and ancient,
I can appreciate all the pockets.
A recolor, yeah, that'd be cool. There's like I'm going through the shirts. There are randomly some shirts that are tight fitting that I didn't think were, but most are not tight fitting. Like every single issue cover shirt is not a tight fitting shirt, which is kind of a bummer because they all would have that same clipping problem at the bottom. I forget. I think it was actually kind of, if I'm not mistaken, it was fairly like late when they decided to like do tight fitting shirts. I don't know that a lot of those existed early on. I think the Hexers shirt was maybe one of the first tight-fitting shirts.
Okay.
Do you remember the Hexer one?
That's the soccer jersey?
Yeah, that was a tight-fitting shirt. That might have been one of the first ones. At least for the male model. That was like a t-shirt. I think there's like dress shirts that have been tight-fitting. Because that looks correct. But the t-shirts have been predominantly like baggier.
See, on the models themselves, it actually just removes the layer of skin on your body and just replaces it with.
It's okay. It doesn't hurt. It's fine.
Yeah, but you get a new one though.
we grow back new skin.
You get a new layer of skin. It's okay.
Like onions.
Oh wow, the pre-order T-shirt is actually a tight-fitting shirt. No way.
Is it?
Oh, right as Vollmer says that. God damn it, Vollmer. I was literally looking at my dressing room and noticed that right as you said.
Most are crooked hem, and then they started using the tight male shirts for promo shirts again a few years back.
Son of a biscuit. Just going through my entire goddamn shirt inventory. Oh god, the Hawaiian shirts look so bad. So bad. They clip so awfully. Here, let's see. I'll put one on. What would contrast the best? Probably the blue one. Like, just, it's so awful. It's like shredded.
Oh, yeah,
like deep shredded.
Oof. There's a lot of shredding on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. This is an interesting look. I'm all stitched up.
Not a terrible look though.
We're experiencing end game right now. This is the end game. In case anyone's curious. This is the Secret World end game right here.
I'm checking out what is actually in your pockets, and I see a pair of pliers. It looks like a screwdriver, a number 2 pencil, and a ruler.
I was very confused for a second because I was like, "How the fuck are you looking in my pockets?" Unless you're talking about the pockets on the character.
The pockets on the character. If you actually want to, run around with a pair.
Now you're about to do a magic trick and be like, "In Jimmy's pocket right now."
It's the Queen of Diamonds.
He's gonna take out a little small piece of paper, unroll it, and it says Ocho on it. He's like, "What? How?"
What is this magic? This dark magic.
Fleshy.
Yeah, I would be very concerned.
How did you do that? I'd have to get your wife involved on it or something.
Okay, so tangentially related, did you see that Scriv posted a clip of his dad on Penn and Teller Fool Us, and he fooled them?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, Scriv's father is a magician.
Okay.
And he was on Penn and Teller Fool Us, and fooled them.
Nice.
Which is super cool to watch.
I talked with Teller once.
Oh,
he's the one that doesn't actually speak.
Right. Right. So we're gonna go ahead and call bullshit.
No, it was. I'm
just kidding.
It was
I
up
know
in
he
Newark.
Can speak. He just doesn't.
Yeah, it was up in Newark, and it was after a performance, which my wife and I actually went to. We went to go see them, and it was fun. It was good.
Funnier if it was after performance that you weren't at.
It was after their performance, and we did not go to it. No, but it was. It was at the performance, and then as we were leaving, like we were just like, it was a big crowd. We were like, all right, let's just wait for the crowd to dissipate. So we hung out for a bit, and then we left. And as we left, they were outside, like on the steps of the arena, or no, it wasn't an arena, it was a theater, on the steps of the theater, and like thanking people for coming or just whatever. And I passed by, and it was like, oh yeah, yeah, great job, guys. Like that was phenomenal. And Teller was like, oh, thank you very much. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, do a double take.
You're not going to stay in character? Talk? You're not going to stay in character even for this? It was,
you son of a bitch.
It's all a lie.
So, yeah, be like, you're not allowed to speak? What are you doing speaking, sir? But yes, outside one of their performances, he thanked us for coming, which was really nice of them. No, they were actually really cool. That's it. Just one of my random fun stories. Aside from that, small note: Conan Exiles Grave Matters, which is an event that's going on in Conan Exiles. One of the first events going on in Conan Exiles. Has been extended to January 17th.
Cool.
It says, off the holidays fresh as blood of felled foes, we figured an extra week of Grave Matters wouldn't hurt.
Or we forgot to turn it off.
Grave Matters now ends January 17th on all platforms. Right. Could be one, could be the other. Who knows?
We just forgot to turn it off.
Like, we know you. And finally, interesting bit of news on the Funcom employee side. Tasha Rusley, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her last name. It's that double O's. I don't know.
Kayana? Kayana, right? Isn't that her handle?
Tasha Rowe is her handle.
No.
Am I getting it that wrong?
Where's my browser window? God damn it. She's on Twitch.
Oh, okay. I was talking about her Twitter handle.
Where's? Wow, my computer has decided it's a jet engine.
You start up your server?
What?
You opened up Twitch? It's gonna take.
No, I opened up my browser and it's like, no.
How many Chrome tabs?
It's not Chrome, but there's a few. Yeah, it's Kayana is like her gamer handle.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
Twitch is like twitch.tv/Kayana, and I think when she was on the Discord, you would see her as Kayana. Which is why, which is the opposite of Andy, where everyone everyone just says Andy instead of Odonoptera. Because no one wants to say Odonoptera.
And I love.
But I find it easier with Tasha to just say Kayana. You know what I mean?
Yes. Tasha. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Roosli, but the O's have two umlauts over them. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But she posted on Twitter a professional update alert. She said, as you might or might not know, 2021 has been incredibly hard for me. Because of that, towards the end of the year, I made the very difficult decision to take a step back professionally. This decision was completely personal. because I felt my coworkers, bosses, and also the people I managed deserved the best support, and I felt I wasn't able to guarantee that. I'm incredibly thankful to Funcom for allowing me to take a step back and for giving me the opportunity to step into a new, more focused role as their new senior PR manager. I'm excited to work more closely with PR and communication again. So please do not hesitate to reach out. My DMs are open. Please also make sure you register on our PR site to not miss out on any press releases or updates. And for press kits and assets, pr.funcom.com.
Cool.
So, yeah. She was working with the community management team. She was, as far as I know, overseeing the community management team. But has taken a step back to now focus on PR and communication. So good. Hopefully we'll start hearing more from the PR team then.
Or will you?
I'm not sure.
Say, Funcom and PR.
Will you hear from public relations?
I will try. Because the last thing that they kind of put out was in October.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll start hearing. Oh no, it was December. For the Dune Spice Wars was their last big press release.
See, what they gotta do is they gotta start doing like copying Wendy's. Like
they need to get Rick and Morty on their commercials.
They need to make like a mini Dungeons and Dragons adventure.
Sure. And get Matt.
Didn't Wendy's do that? That was Wendy's, right?
I've actually seen in Legends in the past like month. I think I ran into a new streamer streaming the game with a character like Rick Sanchez with the crazy hair and the white lab coat.
I was saying, well, you get the white lab coat pretty quickly, I think.
You get the lab coat, and you can start with the hair.
Yep.
Like you can make. You can pretty easily make Rick in Secret World. Morty would be more challenging, I think. You have, well, I mean, you could go shortest. Size. Yeah, you have to go shortest. But even shortest male, like I don't know, like you're still probably not gonna look like a kid. Then you have to get like plain color clothes, and kind of almost bland at that. Like I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Like, you know,
why not?
Why not? I'll never forget. It was in the original game, randomly in the wild, and I think like in fairly late game, like Besiege Farmland or Shadowy Forest. Mm-hmm. Like I just ran into, like running around, someone that was Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. And I mean like perfectly. They had somehow messed with those face sliders. Like, and he just had like the plain like colored shirt and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they had like the close hair. And I was like, I literally was like just running through the forest. I was like, holy fuck, it's Sheldon. What the hell?
What did you do? What did you do? How did you do
this? And they
this?
had named their character Sheldon. Mm-hmm. Sheldon Cooper. And I was like, holy fuck, shit. Like that one has stuck with me. Like I've seen, people make like odes to, characters and stuff. That's not the first Rick Sanchez kind of style character I've seen, but the Sheldon one I'll never forget. Just happened to run into it in the wild. It was just very, very strange and surreal.
You have to be playing a while to realize, like, I could make this in the character creator.
Right.
I've seen it with some of the more advanced character creators, people just trying to recreate like celebrities. I'm sure,
Right.
like if we can make a
Oh yeah, all the ones where you can like adjust like the cheekbone density and all that weird shit.
Be like, can we make Keanu Reeves in Secret World? Just have
I mean, we do have some facial hair. Like if you're trying to pull off like John Wick, you need some facial hair. But we do have the suit.
The suit's there, right?
The suit is there now.
You could probably get the haircut. The haircut that's sort of like,
Yeah.
Long hair down the shoulder length.
Female Morty.
Nice. That's actually, I mean, other than your hair needs to be fixed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could go get a haircut and that would be pretty fucking close, I gotta say.
Morty, how you've grown.
Boobs.
Specifically.
Oh, that's not cool, Rick.
That's fucking funny.
So that's all the news that we basically acquired. Krampusnacht, Grave Matters, Tasha's new position, Vomer's Fantastic Forum post, right. And the new Agarthan cache.
Phrasing. You can't just
new employment position.
Yeah, I really gotta work on that somewhere, somehow.
Never. Double entendre all the things.
Double entendre. Wow. Okay.
Some baguette.
Jesus Christ. I am not affiliated with
La baguette.
It's a Simpsons line. Walk into a French classroom or something like that, and all the kids laugh like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Teacher's like, en français, and all the kids are like, ho, 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 ho.
Oh, this is weird.
This
thing barely clips. What the hell?
Not bad.
It's form fitted.
That's bizarre. But yeah, it's going over the top. That's really strange. I did not expect that to be a thing.
I expect that to be much worse than it is.
Yeah. Très bizarre.
So, I know we started a little late. Sorry about that. I know we always start late, though. But
when have we started at 9?
And we're not sorry about that.
We're not sorry about that. We always
We're not sorry about always starting late.
This time specifically.
I mean, to be fair, is because of inclement weather.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really fun for me because my wife has been off work all week and starts back tomorrow.
Whoa.
So tomorrow morning, I have to walk the kids to school.
In snow, uphill, both ways.
Uphill, literally both ways for me. They only have to go there. I have to walk back because it goes like this. It's like a.
Okay.
So I walk
downhill
down and
uphill.
up to the school and then down back and up to my house. So uphill both ways is actually physically possible. I always thought it was like I always thought it was some kind of like, it shows that you're not being serious because it's not possible. I always just assumed it was like a logical fallacy kind of thing.
It was always used as like an exaggeration. Yeah.
Yeah, and turns out, no, you totally can walk uphill both ways in the snow. That is an actual thing that can happen. And also, not fun.
I thought it would be fun.
I mean, it's not good either way. Going down, I'm worried about slipping and falling on my ass because it's very icy. Because the school has like this fucking water thing that leaks and just sends like a river of water that turns into ice. So when you're walking up to the school, you have to walk out into the road because that's less slick than the sidewalk. And when you're coming back, you have to walk out into the road again.
Yeah, here they're calling for 4 to 6 inches. That's not too bad.
I kind of doubt it's going to be enough for them to call like a snow day for school. So I'm probably just on the plus side. The puppy has never walked to school in the snow before, so I think the puppy will find it entertaining. Yeah, I think this is his first winter.
We got a low of 57 and a high of 75.
High of 75 is great, though. High 75 is like windows open weather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like when I dropped them off this morning. I had the car this morning. I dropped them off, and it was like flurrying outside. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Ours was it was like, oh, it's gonna snow tomorrow. I was like, yeah. And then it was like, so how's our like refrigerator and food situation looking? And it's like, oh, it's actually a lot more sparse than it should be. It's like, dang it, I need to go grocery shopping. But it wasn't that insane.
It
wasn't that bad. I was shocked.
Oh, you mean the grocery shopping?
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no, you didn't have to elbow any old ladies in the face?
Not this time.
You just did it because you wanted to?
Of course, yeah. Last time, yeah. Get out the way.
You gotta set examples.
I literally just watched like a Bill Burr comedy bit where he's talking about wanting to elbow some old lady on the plane. Because on the plane, like, everyone stands up and you get out when it's your turn to get out, right?
Yeah.
And some little old lady was like puttering past him as he's trying to like pull his luggage out of the overhead.
2-seater, 3-seater.
And then he's like, I'm not gonna elbow her, but then he's like, but I could trip her. My foot's still right here.
Let's say, but for all storms, I'm gonna post. This is my public service announcement. I'm gonna post what is quite possibly one of the best weather websites out there. I've been using it for years to watch hurricanes come in. It's just rain-alarm.com. It is literally just a Doppler radar. I love it.
That's cool. My phone literally told me, like, it just was like, beep, hey, it's gonna snow at like 6 today. I was like, really? Okay. It's just like the Android, like, built-in, I don't know, Samsung's weather thing.
Yeah, weather app, yeah.
It's like, I didn't install anything. It's just there. It was like, hey, we think it's gonna snow. We thought you should know. All right.
My wife's been complaining about...
I'll be in my basement, and I won't see it.
My wife's been complaining about her phone because apparently her Twitter account, which she doesn't even really use much, has decided that she really is a fan of weather. And not just weather in our area, but weather all across the United States. So she'll get updates in the middle of the day that's like, there's a storm front happening in New Mexico right now. And she's like, that's great.
Oh my God. I was literally going to say Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. My brother lived there for a little while. There's also a movie that's named Truth or Consequences in Mexico.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
she's like, my phone just thinks I'm a fan of weather.
And you just said New Mexico. That's fine.
Yeah. We're linked.
Yeah, it's like my YouTube, page comes up, and I'm like, really? I don't want to see any of this shit. You don't know me at all. You do.
You're like, I put it there. Why do I want to see it?
Oh, that is something new that's happened actually with YouTube for me. Is sometimes it will show me a video that I watched already, and I'm kind of like, fuck off. I watched that already. What are you doing?
Stop suggesting.
Stop! Come on.
Yeah, usually my suggestions are pretty good. Like the notifications that I get, they're usually okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gotten a bit repetitive. I'm a bit mad at my YouTube at the moment. Find me new shit.
Well, that's because most creators have taken the past couple weeks off.
Come on, algorithm, work for me.
That's just lazy. See you, Vomer. Thanks for
have a good night, Vomer. Yeah, I think now's a good time.
Yeah.
Agents, this has been the 0 Point Report, strain 55-NVD. You can catch us recording live every other Thursday night at 9 p.m. around 9 p.m. Eastern time here on the 0 Point Report Twitch channel. It's around. It's, you know, minimum. We'll say earliest 9 p.m. Where you can also join us and chat with us while we do the show live, or download our show wherever podcasts are found so you can listen to us on the go. Jimmy, where can we find you online?
I'm everywhere. You can find me at jimmytherabbit.com, youtube.com/jimmytherabbit, twitch.tv/jimmytherabbit, and at one Jimmy the Rabbit on Twitter, because they won't give me the fucking name still.
The one and only. Well, the one.
Twitter.
Maybe not the only.
Goddamn Twitter. That account's been inactive for like 14 years. They're pissing me off.
It's time to let it go, Twitter.
The entire time.
God damn it.
What if you should be able to do that? Be like, this person has not used their account. I just want their name.
Other people have done it, but you apparently have to know somebody at fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
That's a friend or some shit.
Or blue check mark.
Two-Ton Waffle, where can we find you online?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yes, you can find me.
Yes, you can find me. And the best way you can do that, good segue, is at twotonwaffle.com. All my links are there and all that good stuff.
Sure, yes. We'll go with a good segue. Yes, I agree. And I'm Ocho. You can find me both on Twitter and here on Twitch at Big Mikey Ocho. You can get in touch with us by engaging with the show on Twitter at 0 Point Report, checking out previous shows on our YouTube channel, and joining us on our Discord server, both named the 0 Point Report. So from all of us here at the 0 Point Report, we want to thank you for tuning in. We want to wish you all the best from the secret world. Happy New Year. We hope your 2022, it turns out fantastic. And we will see you next time. Have a good night, agents.
Bye.
Bye.